Hi Aces, welcome back to our Vegas Aces YouTube channel. My name is Angela Marie and Heather Ferris is ready to jump in and lead you through today's topic about how to elevate your tips by honing your customer service expertise. Great communication isn't just about talking, it's about building connections that keep players at your table and boost your tokes. In this video, you'll discover practical tips for mastering the art of conversation, from making guests feel welcome to handling tricky situations with professionalism and charm. But before we get started, I just want to remind you to like, subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you'll always be notified of our latest videos and live streams. Now, on with the show.
Since customer service is such a large part of your job description, that means you must communicate with the players. Unlike some work environments, management actually encourages you to carry on a conversation with our guests, because the longer they stay on the table, the more money you make, which leads me to step number 3, communication skills. A unique opportunity exists for you to actually develop a solid rapport between yourself and the guest, which could be very profitable for you in the form of tokes. Dealers and floormen have initial direct contact with the customer, which means that you are the first person the guest interacts with, and how you treat them sets the tone for the guest's entire stay. Your greeting will be the first thing the player hears, so be friendly, smile, and allow your personality to show through. Customers should be treated with kindness, warmth, tolerance, and understanding. Everyone should be welcomed. You want to create a positive and pleasant atmosphere in the casino. So you know that you have to talk to the customers, but what do you actually say to them? What do you guys talk about? Now, do what feels most comfortable for you. Tell stories or jokes, ask questions about their lives, or just get to know them. Become buddies. If the guest likes you, then they'll stay at your table longer, which means more tokes for you. Some other things you can ask the guest about is where they're from. What do they plan on doing while they're in your city? One of my fellow dealers loved asking people trivia questions and riddles. So talk about what makes you happy or what interests you, and you'll find a group of people who agree with you. But this doesn't actually address what you should say to the guest. And if we're going to have an entire step devoted to communication, then we should go over some words and phrases that you can use while on the table. Greet the customer when they approach your table. Say good morning, good evening. Hello, how are you? It's nice to see you again, Mr. Johnson. Welcome back, Mr. Johnson. Welcome to the table. It's so good to see you again. If you have a full table and you can't say hello, eye contact with a smile and a nod of acknowledgement works just as well. Remember to smile and use the player's name. If you don't know their name, then you can find that out by asking for their player's card. The dealer should always ask the player for their player's card anyway. So when they hand you the card, look at it, and now you know what to call them. During the game, you could say, "How are you enjoying your stay?" Wish the guests good luck when the player buys into your game. After you've given them your checks, and after you've finished shuffling, and before you start a new game. Remember to keep using the guest's name because this is an important part of building a rapport. Now, some professionally polite phrases that you could say is, "May I help you?" or "How can I help you?" I appreciate that, thank you. Remember to say please, thank you, excuse me, yes ma'am, and no sir. Saying thank you, smiling, making eye contact, and using the guest's name are all valuable tools that can be used to make the guest feel welcome and warm. Be sincere when you do this. Don't force it or make it sound as though you've said it 1,000 times. Any greeting or acknowledgement can't be effective if it might be perceived in a negative way. These positive statements must be said with sincerity. I've worked at plenty of casinos where it was mandatory for the outgoing dealer to introduce the relief dealer before going on break. We'd say, "I'm going on break now. I'll be back in 20 minutes. Josh will be your dealer now. Good luck." If the outgoing dealer forgot to say that, then the incoming dealer needed to pick up the slack and introduce themselves. "Hi, I'm Heather, and I'll be your dealer for the next 20 minutes. Have fun and good luck." Keep in mind that the customer makes your job possible. If there are no customers, then there's no need to have dealers. Now that we've gone over some things that you should say, let's go over some things that you shouldn't say. Remember, we want to keep the players on the table, not drive them away. So don't display negative body language. Don't cross your arms, let out a big sigh, look or act disinterested, act exasperated or annoyed, and don't gang up on the players. Don't agree with players who criticize fellow guests. Don't say you're sorry. The casino never wants you to apologize to the player for losing a hand. When the dealer says sorry, they're admitting that they, hence the casino, is at fault, and that gives mischievous players a hook to start trouble. Here are some phrases that will drive guests away. I don't have anything to do with your problem. You'll have to get help somewhere else. I don't know, we've always done it that way. That's not the way we do it here. I can't help you with that. You'll have to go back to the pit where you came from. We can't comp that for you. You don't play enough money. There's nothing I could do about it. That's company policy. I frequently hear dealers say, how can I act happy when the players are losing? Or I usually don't talk to the player if they're losing. This isn't a good strategy because silence just makes the player focus on losing even more. Tell the player a story or ask about their lives. Players want to be distracted if they're losing. Try to think of a way to distract them by talking about a different subject, topic, or telling interesting stories. Of course, try to stay away from any stories of players losing. If a customer is complaining or is negative, then try to keep a positive mindset while handling them. Empathize with the player's problem. Generally agree with their concerns and try to see things from their perspective. Provide hope and encouragement to the guest. Treat every guest with care. Don't wait until after they've tipped. Treat everyone the same, and then you'll notice that more people are tipping. I know I say they a lot, but there is no they. We are the they. We're all in this casino together. Try not to insult the guest or argue with them. Don't pick a fight, and if you're not sure if it will offend someone, then keep it to yourself and just stay silent. It's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. Abraham Lincoln. I know I just spent a lot of time telling you to have a conversation with your guest, but I also need to warn you not to go overboard. You're still in charge of your game, and you have to protect it. Make sure you don't get so involved with the conversation that you stop thinking about game security. Take note when someone is too talkative, or if they're trying to distract you. If this happens, then their partner might be trying to wait for an opening to take advantage of you. And not only do you have to keep the game protection in mind while having a conversation, but you also have to keep your hands per hour up as well. The game must keep moving. Now, the last thing we have to talk about on the subject of communication is what to do if there's a problem on your table and you have to call over the floor. Relay all of the information to your floor in a clear and concise manner. Keep it simple. Always be honest and leave nothing to doubt. Clearly and briefly describe to the floor what's going on. And please, don't go on and on and on about details that nobody cares about.
That does it for today's show. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. Do you want to see our content 5 days early? Subscribe to us on Patreon, where we give our patrons exclusive early access and coach new dealers on how to get into the industry. The folks on the screen right now are our Patreon producers. Every single name is a person in the world who supports this channel so we can keep going. And we're so grateful to them that they've allowed us to go on this really remarkable journey. Thanks everybody for being a part of this. Also, our business helps casino game inventors with developing their game, bringing your idea to fruition and onto the casino floor. If you have a casino game you want to develop, email us. You can find a link to our email in the description below. Just a quick reminder, Vegas Aces is supported by viewers like you. Click that hype button to help us get our content out there and grow as a channel. The hype button is only available in some countries, so if you don't see it, it might not be available in your area. Or you can donate. Donations make it possible for all of these videos to be brought to you for free. If you think this video is worth more than free dollars, then please donate the amount you feel it's worth by clicking the link in the description below. If you can't afford to financially support us, then help us update our world toke board. This shows the toke numbers for casino dealers around the world. But we can't update these numbers if people don't contribute. You can anonymously send us your toke numbers via our toke line or by emailing heather@vegas-aces.com. Thank you for watching. Please join us for our next video. We have a new video every Thursday. And if you're looking for even more content, check out our other videos here on the screen. We also offer interview transcripts, flashcards, dealer instruction manuals, the world's first toke board, and so much more at our website, vegas-aces.com. You can find all of these links in the description below. Until the next time, stay lucky, Aces.